So there's a good chance that we're going to need to do some scraping on the diamond mill. This scraper I made several years ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. Works great. Went ahead and made a second one. Hi guys. Hey, sorry for the delay. Taking so long to get the next episode out. It's been a busy summer. A lot of activities, friends and family and so forth, so not a lot of shop time. So, about the last 5 days I've been working on the base and the column for the diamond mill, getting it cleaned up and getting some scraping done. And I'm a total beginner when it comes to scraping. I have done some in the past, and it's, it's muscle memory and developing the technique and so forth, and this was a good surface to start on because it's not real critical, so it's really good to kind of get the feel for it before jumping into something more critical. So anyways, let's just get right into it, and again, apologies for taking so long to get this next episode out. All right, let's go. So the base and the column are some pretty rough castings. I think they used some pretty coarse sand when they did these. I probably won't use any filler, maybe in a few spots in the front here or something, but I had to do a whole bunch of work in here. There was some really nasty casting flash still in there. Alright, so the column, oh boy, I've been busy on this thing. Especially in the opening here where the pulley sits and the belts go through. It was really rough. There was some really nasty flashing all around here. I spent quite a bit of time with the rotary burr, rotary stone, sanding wheels and so forth, and got that cleaned up much better. And then the rest of the casting was pretty rough also. I've been spending some quality time with the die grinder and the little sanding wheel and so forth. Got a holiday right here. I'll have to put some filler in there. We're going to be putting filler in here and there. And it's really too bad the logo here, the sand kind of fell in when they did the casting. I'm not going to try to fix that. I might try to come in with an artist brush and try to highlight those letters a little bit better. I think we're going to start by probably just checking this area, see if it's flat, scrape as needed, and the mating surface where the column mounts, we'll do that also. It'd be nice to actually use one as a master for the other, but both these pieces are so heavy that I don't know if I want to try to do that or not. I might just scrape them flat and call it good. I had to do a bit of redneck engineering to figure out how I was going to hold this column upside down in order to work on it. So I got this big old stump, and it is screwed down to the cart. So it's actually pretty solid. Alright, we're going to be using this small surface plate for the bottom of the column. I picked up 3 of these at the Bar Z Summer Bash. There was a guy there at the swap meet. He had a whole stack of them, and he was selling them for 20 bucks each. So came home with 3, ended up giving 2 of them away, one to a neighbor, one to another guy that's just starting out. Pretty handy. And these are going to be good when they come from the Shandong Gontang Precision Machine Tool Company. Theoretically, it's a grade 00, which would be lab grade. I'm not sure if I'm buying that or not. 2.4 micrometers of flatness. Okay, I am a total beginner at this, but one thing I have learned is don't buy a cheap brayer. Spend the money and get a good one. So, yeah, I started out with the cheap one and that was a mistake. Okay, I spread the blue out a little better on the plate also. Okay, so we're heavy here, heavy over here. Maybe I'll just do a light scrape here and then do the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to stone that real quick and then I'm going to do the whole thing. I put some cheater marks on here because I have a heck of a time. I start drifting off on the angle. So, yeah, you know, I'm sure with time you get better at that, but I'm still learning this. Oh, and I beveled all these edges. Definitely high here, 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 maybe a little in there. Try a little bit of solvent. Should have gloves on, but you know how it is once you get started on something. All right, I did a lighter print that time. So we're definitely high here, some more over here, and over in this area. I'm gonna do a few passes off camera, plus it's about time to eat dinner anyway, so I'll probably pick this back up in the morning with you guys. I'm gonna change my scraper blade. So this one I believe is a Sandvik, and I ground it myself, and it works pretty good. But I recently bought a professionally ground one. This one's a Kennametal, and I got it from, let me see if I can hold this up here. I got it from Daryl Smith. His channel is Other Brother Daryl Smith. Great guy. He sells these and grinds them for you at about the same price you're going to pay for it if you just bought the blank by itself. He's got a bunch of really good, no-nonsense videos on scraping. Really great guy. Yeah, you want to check out his channel. All right, so he ground two different angles for me. So I believe this one is the 90 millimeter radius. Okay, so we're going to go with that to start with. So this is a little different than what I'm used to. We'll see how it compares. It's about the same radius, but much wider blade. Okay. Okay. I hope I don't sound like I know what I'm doing, because I don't. I'm a total beginner, but just using the information from Daryl's channel. So I've marked out, these appear to be legitimate high spots based on the darkness of the ring around the outside of the spots. So I'm going to hit these areas first. Okay, it looks like we got rid of a couple of those high areas, but now this is all pretty much marking the same over here, but I got nothing here and nothing here. So I'm going to do a full pass through these areas here. And I'm getting better with this new blade. It was just I think it was so sharp in the beginning that it was, you know, digging in quite a bit. Plus I had to remember how to hold the scraper and everything. So all right, here we go. We are slowly getting there. Emphasis on slowly. I'm taking light passes because, like I say, I'm learning. I don't want to get too aggressive. But you can see there's a machining mark right here, and this area has no contact. So whenever they did this originally, they must have had something happened with the face mill or whatever they were using, and it took a little deeper cut in this area. So I did take a couple of aggressive passes in this area to try to bring everything down. So I think I'll do a couple more of those passes. So we're slowly, I can see this is moving this way, so we're going the right direction. Okay, usually as soon as I turn the camera on, my muscle memory goes down the drain because I start thinking about it. Let's just see if I can relax and not think about you guys watching me. Trying to concentrate more on the high spots now, rather than just going kind of in a, you know, overall pattern. We're getting closer to the finish line, and I've been having a hard time seeing the points of contact, so I'm going to try a little contrast. I just made a little dauber out of shop towel. And by the way, I got this canode from Vince Enter. You guys probably see him on Instagram as Flying Critters. Yeah, thank you, Vince. Several years ago, he gave me these two tubes when I was just starting my first scraping project. My blue dye is getting real thin on the surface plate, so I need to freshen it up a little bit. But yeah, so we can see them a little better now. All right, let me make a couple passes and I'll bring you back. We're getting close. All right, I guess you could call this another step in the learning process. So it's taking forever to come down and clear up this low area here. So I just went ahead and did a full pass over everything. Well, actually what I did, I hit a couple of the high points first and then came back and did a full pass. And I think I'm going to do one more the opposite direction, and then we'll take another print. Okay, I don't know how good this is going to show up, but I'm running out of gas, guys. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more passes and call it good. Yeah, I've switched over to the smaller radius end of the tool, and I've just been going after just the printed blue spots rather than just doing a arbitrarily type scrape. All right, maybe 2 more passes. I'm going to quit. We still have just a remnant of that low spot right here, but we're probably good enough. All right, well, I'm not sure where I left off. I've been away for a few days, guys. But anyways, this one's done. This is the main column, and we're good enough. Still got a little bit of a low area here, but I am done with this. So it's good enough. So now I've started on the base platform itself, and I just went after the egregious high areas first. This is about my 3rd or 4th pass. So I want to get these real bad areas kind of cleaned up a little bit first, and then I'll do a full pass over everything. All right, I'm going to keep chasing these high areas. Okay, a little progress update, guys. We're slowly getting there. This is a false print here. Although we are starting to finally blend in where this milling marks are here. The cutter definitely took too much out of here when they did the original. Yeah, a little high back in here still, so this is still all low. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm taking pretty aggressive passes in these areas to try to bring it down quicker. Well, I'm going to do one more double heavy pass. I am running out of motivation. This is day 2 on this piece. Okay guys, I think I've reached my mentality limit on this one. I'm going to put a fork in it. So It's not perfect, but compared to what we started with, it's definitely better. We're still a little low over here, not horribly. This came in fairly good here. We still got a couple little machining marks, but we're hitting the tops of those marks. Yeah, same with that one there. Yeah, I've had enough. Oh boy. So I am going to, well, first I'm going to go get me something cold to drink, but I am going to figure out which one of these I want to use as a master, glue it up, and just do a fit up check just to see how we're contacting. This base is about 50 pounds. It's manageable, but still not fun. So I'll bring the base over to here and try to mate it up as carefully as possible and see what kind of contact we're getting. And yeah, look at all the chips. We took it down quite a bit. I did run a surface gauge and an indicator around before starting, and the total deviation was about 5 thousandths. And these low areas, like the one we had to deal with over here, it was like about 3 thousandths low, so it was a lot of scraping. Okay, so I have been checking hinging off camera, and I'm not sure how relevant this is when you got a part that's, or a piece that's hollow in the center, but it doesn't seem too bad. It's kind of in here, yeah, where it should be like 1/3. Anyways, that's what it is. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting to see how the mate up goes between these. I did go over both of them with the precision flat stones. I think this one is a little better, so I'm going to use it as the master. We'll see what kind of pattern we get. It slides pretty easy. There's a lot of weight overhanging on this side also. I tried to compensate for that. Try to get the best angle here for the lighting. Okay, so this part doesn't make contact at all. It's an overhang. Okay, so we're heavy in these areas and over here. And that's kind of what I was getting on this column with the surface plate as well. So that makes sense. And we didn't rub off too much glue over here. All right, so I'm going to work on those areas a little bit. I'll bring you back. Okay, this is the second print. Still got a little more work to do. Okay, this is going to be print number 4. I'm trying to hold a boat anchor steady, trying to get the contact as smooth as possible. Okay. Okay, it's getting better. Still got a little ways to go. Let me show you guys. Still heavy here, heavy here. Sides are coming in, sorta. I think a couple more passes and we'll have it good enough. Alright guys, I'm calling this good. Let's see, that's after 7 passes. And trying to wheel this thing around and try to keep it steady, not the easiest thing to do. And I think the pattern is good enough. And since we did both of them with a surface plate, you know, it shouldn't have been that much off to start with. So these results are good enough for me. And it's just a mechanical fit up. Yeah, I'm going to save my energy. We got a lot more scraping to do. I don't want to get burned out on the first couple surfaces. I'm going to do this little spot here just because I can, but I'll do that off camera.